Millions in Syria and Iraq are facing water shortages as the region's longest river, the Euphrates, dries up.
Is the end near for the mighty Euphrates River? In a shocking revelation, scientists uncover what lies beneath the dried-up expanse. Join us as we delve into the mysterious aftermath, discovering the astonishing findings that have left researchers astonished and the future of this iconic river hanging in the balance. The Euphrates River, often referred to as the lifeblood of Mesopotamia, has played a crucial role in human history, serving as a cradle of civilization and a source of sustenance for countless communities. Its historical significance, dating back to ancient civilizations, is matched only by its ecological importance. However, recent developments have cast a shadow of concern over the once mighty river. Reports from environmental experts and researchers have revealed a shocking revelation. The Euphrates River is drying up at an alarming rate. This revelation has sparked widespread apprehension and raised critical questions about the future of this iconic waterway. The Euphrates River holds a profound place in human history, serving as a cradle of civilization and a source of sustenance for countless communities. Its waters have sustained agricultural practices, facilitated trade, and provided a habitat for diverse flora and fauna. The river's significance extends beyond its immediate vicinity, influencing the cultural, economic, and geopolitical landscape of the entire region. Its gradual desiccation has triggered a wave of concern, prompting stakeholders to confront the pressing issue at hand. As the Euphrates River faces an unprecedented threat, it becomes imperative to delve into the underlying factors contributing to its decline. By understanding the root causes and implications of this environmental crisis, we can shed light on the urgency of the situation and explore potential avenues for remediation. The drying up of the Euphrates River is not merely an environmental concern. It holds far-reaching ramifications for the communities, ecosystems, and economies that rely on its sustenance. As we explore the reasons behind this alarming decline, it becomes evident that both natural and human-induced factors contribute to this crisis. Reduced rainfall, increased temperatures, and upstream dam construction are among the key culprits affecting the river's flow. Climate change plays a pivotal role in altering precipitation patterns and intensifying the arid conditions in the region. Rising temperatures contribute to increased evaporation, exacerbating the river's dwindling water levels. Furthermore, the construction of dams upstream has disrupted the natural flow of the Euphrates, leading to reduced water availability downstream. The environmental consequences of the Euphrates River's decline are dire. The loss of water has detrimental effects on the ecosystems that depend on the river. Wetlands are shrinking, and the habitats of numerous plant and animal species are under threat. Additionally, the economic implications are significant, as agriculture, fisheries, and other industries that rely on the river face challenges due to water scarcity. Addressing the crisis of the Euphrates River requires a multifaceted approach. International cooperation is essential to manage upstream dam construction and ensure equitable water distribution among riparian countries. Sustainable water management practices, including the adoption of water-efficient agricultural techniques and the restoration of wetlands, can contribute to preserving the river's vitality. The Euphrates River is super important, showing how closely connected people are to nature. It's not just a river. It's been a big deal for ages, helping civilizations grow, shaping cultures, and keeping ecosystems alive. In Mesopotamia, it's one of the two main rivers, and the Euphrates has been a game changer for human societies. In history, the Euphrates River is like a superstar. Ancient stories and artifacts praise it for making early civilizations possible. The fertile land around the river allowed people to farm and build permanent homes. This farming success led to big societies, and it was a starting point for trade, laws, and sharing ideas. But this river isn't just a historical relic. It's still important today. The Euphrates helps a ton of plants and animals survive in its area. Fish, birds, and other animals call their banks and wetlands home, making the whole place diverse and balanced. Plus, the river helps farmers by providing water for their crops, which is a big deal for the local economies. The Euphrates River isn't just about farming, though. It's also a big player in the economy. People use its waters for transport, generate electricity, and run industries. On top of that, the river has inspired art, literature, and cultural practices, shaping how communities see themselves. In the world of politics, the Euphrates is a big deal too. It flows through different countries like Turkey, Syria, and Iraq, affecting their lives. Because of this, countries need to work together to make sure the river is used wisely and kept healthy. The Euphrates River, with its mix of history, nature, money, and politics, shows how closely linked humans are to the environment. It's not just a river. It's a symbol of how nature and people depend on each other. Because it's so important, it's crucial to protect it. This means taking action to solve the problems it's facing, making sure it stays vibrant for the people living there now and for those who come after us. The Euphrates River, once a majestic waterway that played a pivotal role in shaping human civilizations, is now facing a profound existential threat. Over the past few decades, the river has experienced a significant decline in water volume, triggering a series of interconnected challenges that reverberate across the entire region. This decline paints a disquieting picture of a vital natural resource in distress, raising concerns about its ecological integrity, the sustainability of agricultural practices, and the livelihoods of the communities dependent on its waters. In essence, the current state of the Euphrates River reflects a precarious balance between human demands and the river's ecological resilience. The challenges stemming from its declining state underscore the urgent need for comprehensive measures to address the root causes of its deterioration and chart a path toward its rejuvenation and long-term sustainability. The reduction in the Euphrates River's water levels is a result of multiple factors, with upstream dam construction being a significant contributor. Dams are built to store water for various purposes, including irrigation, hydroelectric power generation, and industrial use. While these dams offer benefits like water storage and power generation, they also alter the natural flow of the river. The regulation of water flow disrupts the river's dynamics, impacting the downstream ecosystems and communities. Increased water extraction for agricultural and industrial purposes further exacerbates the problem. As water demand grows due to population increase and economic activities, more water is diverted from the river for various uses. This intensified extraction contributes to the reduction in the Euphrates water volume, particularly during periods of low rainfall or drought. Climate change also plays a significant role in the river's declining state. Changes in precipitation patterns and increased temperatures are altering the hydrological cycle, leading to reduced water availability in many regions. Rising temperatures contribute to higher evaporation rates, further depleting the river's water reserves. The combination of human activities and climate change creates a compounding effect, intensifying the challenges faced by the Euphrates River. The consequences of the Euphrates River's decline are multifaceted, affecting both the environment and human societies. The ecological impacts are evident in the degradation of riparian habitats and the loss of biodiversity. Wetlands, which serve as crucial ecosystems supporting diverse flora and fauna, are shrinking as a result of reduced water levels. This poses a direct threat to the survival of species adapted to these habitats and disrupts the intricate web of interactions within the ecosystem. The agricultural sector, heavily reliant on the river's waters for irrigation, faces significant challenges. Diminished water availability strains irrigation systems, making it harder for farmers to cultivate crops. Crop yields decline, affecting the overall productivity of agricultural lands along the Euphrates. This, in turn, has economic ramifications, as farmers experience reduced income and increased uncertainty about their livelihoods. The socio-economic implications extend beyond agriculture to other sectors, dependent on the river's resources. Industries relying on the Euphrates for water inputs, such as manufacturing and energy production, may face constraints as water availability decreases. Additionally, the livelihoods of communities along the river, engaged in activities such as fishing and riverbank agriculture, are directly impacted, leading to economic hardship and potential displacement. The geopolitical dimensions of the Euphrates River's declining state add a layer of complexity to the overall challenge. The river flows through multiple countries, including Turkey, Syria, and Iraq, making it a transboundary resource. The management and allocation of water resources become subjects of negotiation and potential sources of tension among these riparian states. As water becomes scarcer, the need for cooperative and sustainable water management practices becomes increasingly urgent to avoid conflicts and promote regional stability. Addressing the complex issue of the Euphrates River's decline requires a multifaceted approach. One crucial aspect is the development and implementation of sustainable water management strategies. This involves considering the ecological needs of the river, the requirements of downstream users, and the impacts of climate change. International cooperation among riparian countries is essential to establish effective mechanisms for sharing water resources, resolving disputes, and ensuring equitable access. Upstream dam construction practices should be carefully evaluated to minimize their adverse impacts on downstream ecosystems and communities. Adopting modern and environmentally friendly dam designs that consider the ecological health of the river can contribute to mitigating the negative effects. Additionally, implementing technologies and practices for water conservation and efficiency in agriculture can help optimize water use and reduce the overall demand on the river. Climate change mitigation and adaptation strategies are paramount to addressing the long-term challenges posed by shifting weather patterns and rising temperatures. This involves a commitment to global efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, coupled with local initiatives to adapt to the changing climate conditions. Planting vegetation along riverbanks and restoring degraded wetlands can enhance the river's resilience to climate-related stressors. Community engagement and awareness-raising initiatives play a crucial role in promoting sustainable practices and fostering a sense of responsibility toward the river. Local communities and non-governmental organizations can actively monitor water quality, advocate for environmental protection measures, and implement conservation projects. Diplomatic efforts at the regional and international levels are indispensable for managing the shared resources of the Euphrates River. Riparian countries must engage in constructive dialogue to establish agreements on water allocation, ensuring that the needs of all stakeholders are considered. International organizations can facilitate these discussions, offering technical expertise and dispute resolution mechanisms to support collaborative water management. The Euphrates River is drying up, and there are several reasons behind this concerning situation. Let's break down these causes in simple terms. Firstly, the construction of dams and reservoirs along the river is a big issue. Imagine building walls that stop the river's natural flow. That's what dams do. Upstream in countries like Turkey and Syria, dams have been built, messing with the river's natural balance. Less water is making its way downstream, affecting the ecosystems and people who rely on the river. Secondly, there's a growing water demand. More and more water is being used for farming, building cities, and industries. Think of it like everyone trying to take a sip from the same glass of water. It quickly runs out. The river can't keep up with this increased demand, and it's losing water rapidly. Climate change is another big player in this problem. Picture the usual cycle of rain falling, turning into rivers, and eventually evaporating to start again. Climate change is messing with this cycle. Less rain, higher temperatures, and more evaporation are happening. It's like the river is getting a lot less water than it used to, making it struggle to stay full. On top of all this, there's a lack of agreements between countries sharing the river. Imagine if you and your friends were using the same playground, but no one agreed on how to share the equipment. That's what's happening with the Euphrates River. The countries along its path aren't working together to manage the water wisely. This leads to conflicts and makes it harder to find solutions. All these factors combined have led to the Euphrates River drying up. The dams are blocking its flow, the water demand is increasing, climate change is affecting its water sources, and the countries along its path aren't cooperating well. To fix this, we need to take smart actions. Firstly, we should reconsider how we build and manage dams. Instead of just blocking the river, we can find ways to use dams that don't harm the river's natural flow. Think of it like rearranging the playground equipment so everyone can play without problems. Secondly, we have to be smarter about how we use water. Using water wisely in farming in cities is essential. It's like making sure everyone gets a fair share of that glass of water without anyone drinking too much. Dealing with climate change is a big task, but it's necessary. We must reduce things that make the earth warmer, like using fewer fossil fuels. It's like turning down the heat so the river gets the right amount of water. Lastly, countries need to work together. They should create agreements on how to share and protect the river. In a nutshell, the Euphrates River is in trouble because of dams, too much demand for water, climate change, and a lack of cooperation among the countries it flows through. To save the river, we need smart solutions like better dam management, careful water use, climate action, and countries working together. This way, we can ensure the Euphrates River continues to flow, providing life to the ecosystems and communities that depend on it. As we conclude our exploration of the challenges facing the Euphrates River, let's be stewards of its future. If you're inspired to protect this iconic waterway and stay informed about more environmental explorations, hit that subscribe and like button.